So now we kind of hit the point. We've talked about some pretty scalar data types and how those things work in C#. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start looking at strings. And again, you know, if you came from the fundamentals of programming class or course or whatever, you would have had certainly a lot of exposure to strings in Python. You still have this fabulous book that we're basing everything on, which is chapter, right now I'm looking at chapter 4, page 111. And I'm just trying to give you guys sort of a way that you can explore some of this stuff on your own. You're actually looking at a string right now. There's a string. Hello world itself is a string, right? Remember, this is sort of the default program you'd get if you went to try and create a project and just created a console project, okay? But otherwise, just pause the screen and type all this stuff in and you're good to go. Now, what I could do if I wanted to is instead of having this string sitting inside of this right line statement, where right now it's acting as a literal in there, what I could do is I could have myself a variable which I actually call string. String, notice again, the IntelliSense is helping me there, string, and I'm going to call this thing message, as it does in the book, message1. Now at this point, that is just a string with no information in it. Then what I could do is assign that message1 is assigned, and then hello world, and then put a semicolon at the end of that statement. And then down here, I can take message1 and dump it into the method of the console object. And so now I'm going to go ahead and run it. And of course, it's going to probably run on different screens. And so far, it built it without a problem. And then running it, there it is. Hello world. Oh, hello, boy, I must have blown that one right there. There's the W, the extra W. But anyway, there's hello world. Awesome. There's a little bit of a talk about a string there. Now, tell you what, probably if you know it's going to be hello world anyway, maybe putting this right at the moment you declare it would be great. This would be a good moment to basically fix it. And so I think right now I'm going to keep the statement in there just for a second because I want to do something. But anyway, so there's string message1, hello world properly. I run it again. Ooh, I didn't shut down the other one. But anyway, there's hello world working like a champ. Awesome. All right. So one thing I forgot to bring up from the previous, which I may as well bring up now, there are these things called constants. There are these things called constants. So there's a constant string message. I think I probably should have gone back and checked this, but in Python, we had constants, but, and again, I should say what a constant is. A constant is a variable that doesn't change, right? Now in Python, you could define something as constant, and they kind of basically gave us, at least some books give us the style of putting everything in uppercase to indicate it's a constant. But you could, in theory, change it, right? And then nothing bad would happen. Just by the way, in case you're curious, this still works like a champ, right? But what if I decided to change message1? What if I decided, you know what, I'm going to go, hello, everybody. Everyone, I'll just say. So now message1 starts off as hello world. Message1 is assigned to everyone. But wait a minute, there's a squiggle. And the squiggle seems to indicate that this environment has picked up something. The IDE has picked up something. If I move my mouse over, it's telling me exactly what it's picked up. It's saying, hey, just so you know, the left hand of an assignment. So the thing on the left-hand side of the equal sign, so here's the equal sign, the thing on the left-hand side of it must be a variable, property, or indexer. We'll just leave the property or indexer off and just imagine it's got to be a variable. Well, but it is a variable. No, it's not a variable. It's a constant. Now, if I tried to run it, it just simply isn't going to work. So we know that already, but that shows the power of the constant. If I take that constant out, now we got no problem. So messing around with that, that's pretty cool. Let's do just a couple of minor, actually I'll do the next couple pages, just a couple minor manipulations of the string, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna go hello world, and then it's gonna be hello everyone. All right, so really no surprise, what you're gonna see here is at the end of the day, it's going to say hello everyone, right? That's what's going to happen. So good, what a surprise. Now, what if I want hello world, and and then I want hello everyone to be added to that message. Again, for goodness sakes, have a look at the book. But here's something kind of cool. I could go and use that fancy operator plus equals. What plus equals does is it basically goes and writes the code as if it's message one is assigned message one plus whatever the string is that I'm actually adding it to. So if we do and we run this, by the way, this little line here never did much for me, so I'm just going to get rid of it. All right, boom, we go and look at what that puppy did. Hello one plus hello everyone. For those of you from my Python world and effectively any time I've talked about this in programming, when you take two strings and you add them together, we don't actually say add, we say concatenate. So I've now concatenated that string onto this string. When I say that string, what I'm talking about, I've concatenated this string onto this string, and that's kind of what you're seeing when we look at the outputs, right? Hello world, hello everyone. Awesome, great. What if I actually want to have hello everyone on the second line? What if I want to have everyone on the second line? Well, here's what I could do with that. You'll see on page 113, there's a discussion about escape characters. And one of the most favorite ones of C, C++, C#, Python, Java, this occurs in all of these guys, and other ones too, I'm sure, is a /n. So a lowercase slash n. Notice that the IDE has taken the trouble to put that as a separate code. So /n basically means new line. And so when I run this thing, we'll see that hello world and hello everyone, now it appears on its own line. Pretty cool. That's an example of an escape. Well, it's calling it an escape sequence, but an escape character, a new line. Now, there's other ones in here. The other one that's very popular is T. So T is for tab, and we go, and now it's become hello world, tab, hello everyone. Pretty cool. All right. Is there other ones I want to talk about? Well, yeah, actually, there's two more that are probably important. What if you do want to simply have a slash in there for some reason? Like, for example, maybe hello everyone. I am half. Okay, that's still not going to work, actually. Well, anyway, let's imagine that I want to do that, right? Sometimes, by the way, you're dealing with web addresses, things like that. You want to actually somehow put the web address literal. But you can see right now, it's not going to let us do this because of the fact that backslash means it's expecting a character afterwards. And the only characters it's really expecting, as it says in the book, is an N, is a T, and there's a couple others, but it's certainly not expecting a 2. So it's mad at me for that. Now, if I wanted to actually use a slash as a slash or backslash, the first backslash basically says the next thing is a special character, and the second backslash is one of those special characters. So we've got an M I've talked about, a T we've talked about, a slash. Now imagine I want to basically say I am fatigued, which I certainly am. Fatigued. Okay, oh boy. That is totally not how you spell fatigued. Fatigued. I'm fatigued. Right, but I want to put quotes around it. Well, look at what happens now when I put quotes. If I put a quote here and I put a quote here, all sorts of chaos and pandemonium is happening now because this, from the interpreter's perspective, it's basically saying, look, here's my opening of the string, right? Remember, here's a simple string. Opening of the string, closing of the string. Now it's going opening the string. This is now the closing of the string. This is total garbage. It has no idea what to do with this. See what it's expecting a semicolon. It's saying, I don't even know what you're talking about when it comes to fatigue. So what's going on? So what I need to do, another escape character, bang. Now all of a sudden it knows what to do with that escape character. Oh, sorry, with that quote. It now hits this quote. It's treating this whole thing as a string. That's freaking out. So now it hits the garbage over here, right? So what I got to do here, put another slash. And now we're back to normal. This guy's working like a champ. And there you go. Hello, everyone. I am fatigued. All right. So that's some pretty cool stuff. And I think realistically, that's probably all I want to talk about, just sort of demo. play with these, play with those on the actual code. And I think what I'll do is I'll end this video now, and then I will resume talking about conversions, because that's going to be important in no matter what, it's important, but it's definitely going to be important in both the project and the little application I'm trying to demo.